December 15th, whatever year this was, once again, 2018, I believe. You had Smack Volume 3. I believe this was, yeah, December 15th, 2018. You see here at the top on Verse Tracker. I believe this was in Orlando. All right, small story for y'all. During this time of this event, Saturday, December 15th, already at this point, Aye Verb and Ian Solomon are contracted, $4,000 deposit paid, ready to go, locked in. Let me give you a little bit of backstory about the setting up of that matchup. Um, After the Mook battle, Aye Verb was in a position where it was like, yo, where do I go next? Like, I can't go battling up and coming now. I'm on cloud nine. There's people that are saying I just beat Murder Mook. Where do I go now? And I'm trying to help him navigate this. This is also part of a league owner's job. Similar to what happened with Big K, right? You see this in my history. Big K had that epic performance versus A Ward. And I said, wait, hold on. What are we doing here? Okay, let's call Mook, you know, because he was coming off of, to me, my favorite Big K performance ever. Like that, his Ilmac performance and his Ill Will performance and his Head Ice performance and the A Ward, those like his top 5 performances to me personally, my personal. So I said, wait a minute, you just did this in the blue room in this grudge match, and everybody like, no. If you could do a first round like that again, I'll pay extra. Shout out to my nigga K, man. And Verb was in that type of spot. You know, just had this classic performance with Murder Mook, classic epic battle. We just broke ground with a an incredible event. Got off like 8-10 battles in Club Drum. By the time Murder Mook and Aye Verb is outside of Club Drum doing their post battle interviews, look at the footage online. It's daylight. It's the sun. It's like midday. We are killing this shit. And here we go after the event. Everybody's up and me and Verb is talking. And Loaded Lux is definitely an option. And there was times where I was negotiating with Lux as well as his sister. Shout out to Tiff Lux. And there's times where Shot is also negotiating with Tiff Lux. And we just couldn't come up to the numbers. It's just negotiations. There's no hard feelings in negotiation. We just couldn't. We didn't see it. We didn't align with the business negotiations, and that's totally fine, right? So now Verb is feeling like, all right, no Lux. But we gotta like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Like, and we started having a conversation about Jay Mills. It's like, how about, Jay Mills? He wants to come back. Him and Mook is talking. This is when Mook is telling Jay Mills, like, yo, that RBE shit is kind of popping. And Jay Mills is like, you know what? You just did it. I'm kind of down to come back too. And then there's no coincidence that you see Jay Mills and Kayshawn come up, right? This is all tied, domino effect, butterfly effect shit, right? And that was an option for us. And we started to entertain that. I don't remember 100% why we didn't completely go down that road or complete that locking in that matchup. But then the idea of Iron Solomon came up, and we both felt like that's a good battle to do after Mook. Okay, let's go. And this is why we both have a signed contract for it. This is why he had a deposit for it. This is why he sent me back the $4,000 PayPal, right? Deposit. All these, and we're gonna tie that in a second as well. After that, after the battle's locked in, right? Aye Verb and I are still trolling about the Lux thing. And he tells me he starts to get engaged by URL to do the battle, right? He's telling me everything at the time. Like anything, any conversation he's having with URL, he's coming back and he's telling me, right? And I'm trying to help him get the Lux battle. I have these screenshots. I shit you not. It's to the point where me and him is on the phone conspiring. And I'm like, yo, we feel, and shout out to URL. We feel like they are so anxious to do something above what's happening right now with RBE that they would finally entertain the Lux battle. So I'm going to tweet you right now on Twitter. Yo, Aye Verb, it's going down right now. Text me, call me right now. And then tweet me back. I bet finally we're about to get that done. Cool. So me and him are conspiring tweets to let people see and then just maybe rev their engine up. Like, you know what? Let's go. I'm literally helping him get the Lux battle. Right. Now, fast forward a little bit after that, Verb is even telling me things on some of these calls Like, no matter what, if they ever lock it in, my loyalty to you based on what you just did for me with Mook is to the point where I got to involve you somehow, whether you're on stage, whether you get cut a piece of the check. Um, Somehow, if they end up locking me and Lux in ARP, you have to benefit somehow, right? I want you to call me a liar. And me just being the way I am with people, and people know this about me telling people to even go get their bag. I didn't even put that on the floor. Like, I'm just like, nah, listen. If they're gonna do it, like, that's why we conspiring. If they're gonna do it, let them do it. You got Mook, go get your Lux battle. I've always been like that. Just come back and be real with me. That's all I've ever asked. I don't care what you do outside. I'll help you go over there. People just heard the story of me saying code red, holla, get out of spaces, because the Mook versus you battle happening on URL is in danger. And this is at a time while ARP and URL are still in litigation. We're still in court. And I'm still behind the scenes trying to help Hitman because my loyalty is to him. Get the battle. I don't care that it's on URL because I don't hate on them niggas. This is all factual shit. This is my track record. So it's the same thing with Verb. Now, fast forward again. You get to this day here, December 15, 2018, right? This is months removed from the Mook battle now. And people start telling me, yo, Verb is here and he's doing a face off with Lux. And I'm like, okay. You don't do a face off without a contract. You don't do a face off without being locked in. He's told me everything but this. That's odd. All right. This is definitely left field, but no hate. But it's there. Something's there. My spider sense is kicking in, right? Now, when I pull up my Twitter, and I just posted this morning, right? You know, every once in a while, I'll put up a little file here and there just to further complement some of the points I'm making to y'all, right? Which one did I put up? Was it this one? Yeah. Okay. The day after, and out of respect, still cover up the man's phone number. So you see this text message says Sunday, December 16th, 2018. This is the day after that volume. Okay. And this is him texting me. That's why I actually said it the other day. I said, "What up, fool? I don't talk like that. Call me a liar." And here goes a screenshot of what I said a couple of days ago. And I didn't even put it up. I said I was done. But I said, if you think I'm bluffing, what up, fool, ain't how I talk. I'm talking about this screenshot right here. I don't be lying to y'all. And so this is Verb hitting me up the day after volume and on Sunday saying, "What up, fool? I'm gonna hit you soon as I land. I'm about to get on this plane this morning." Plane from where? Okay, I already heard. But you see my response. Shot that footage out there for sure. No problem, man. The footage I was talking about. See, this is me almost reversing the line where I'm just like, he owed me trailer footage at this point. Never sent it. Now I know why. Right. Well, at least at this point, I knew why. So I'm reversing it. I'm gonna call you when I'm about to get off this plane, and I'm just like, all right, cool. But did you shoot that trailer footage? And I'm already hearing what's going on. I'm just like, oh, okay. And this text message right here, like, who texts somebody that? Like, you don't just text somebody saying, "Hey, what's up? I just want to let you know when I get off this plane, I'm gonna call you." You're already setting the ground for something, right? Because you could have just said whatever you need to say right there, or you could have just waited till you landed and called me or text me and said what you need to say then. But this is planting the seed right here, right? So I'm just like, ooh, okay. So I'm talking to Shot too. I'm just like, yes, it's on the way. We know what's happening. You know what I'm saying? They calling me, telling me that. He told us everything but that. He out there. He must have signed a contract then if he did. Boom, 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 boom. So all right, cool. So I get this phone call from him. And let me just play the Drake phone call for y'all instead. No, I'm just joking. I ain't gonna play it. I know, right? They like, oh shit. No, I'm saving it. I'm saving it. I'm trying. I defend myself, but at the same time, I'm like, I still got a little angel wing out there. I'm not protecting you. I'm protecting how I am, man. Like, I'm trying, Verb, and you're not making it easy. But so he gets me on the phone when he lands, and the conversation, because I played it like 10 times since all this bullshit started. The conversation starts with our typical bullshit. You know, at one point, I ask him about the trailer footage, and that's when he starts the Drake thing, right? So, this Drake story that you hear about, it's not overly complex, right? It's just when we talk about business integrity and what battle rap allows you to get away with and the type of people that are out there. Um, I've had people call me and tell me, "Oh, my child's birthday," or "My child is in the hospital," or "My car flipped over and I got a bone poking out my hip." I'm not lying. All three of those examples I said, some of y'all know what I'm talking about with some of them at least. These are the type of things that I've heard. I heard one, it's my best friend's father's funeral. I got that one before. Um, I got a lot of them. And to be there on the phone, knowing that I'm already getting lined up, and then to hear Aye Verb, who is somebody that was just telling me a couple weeks ago, no matter what, I need you involved because of the way you just held me down with Mook. Um, to go into this whole Drake story. So I'm sitting there and it's this whole like, all right, look, I got this elaborate plan. I spoke to Drake. He wants to battle me on your league. This move right here will shut down URL. You will be the top dog. It'll be over. You are on. And I'm like, I'm listening. I'm listening. He's got all this like URL talk around it. Like this is the end for URL right here. Me and Drake on your platform. It's up. It's over. So I'm playing along. You know what I'm saying? Wolf in sheep clothes, just playing along. I'm just like, word, yes, you spoke to, yeah, I spoke to him this year, yeah. And then he finally gets to the end of that little bullshit, and he's like, all you got to do is just push me and Iron Solomon back. And I'm like, finally, he said it. And so one thing that y'all would hear on the call is me being a complete asshole and trying to reverse the line. And I say to him clearly, yo, you know what? The reason why I don't want to do that is because Drake is such a megastar. We can't really lock down his schedule. We don't know if we push this Iron Solomon battle back that's already contracted and ready to go, and what the culture would actually like that announcement. If we do that, and then Drake is making you these promises, we can't hold him to it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's Drake. If Drake is just telling you loosely, did he give you a date verb? He's like, nah, but we'll work all the. I'm like, there's me just bullshitting with him, right? I'm just like, yo, we gotta let that go. I would love to do you and Drake on my platform, right? But I'd rather just stay to you and Iron. I don't need the world. Let me just get my little corner right here. You versus Iron Solomon. That starts day one argument. Day two argument continues. Day three argument continues. And during these arguments, you hear me clearly saying, because we start to get into an argument where I bring up um the face off, right? And I'm just like, yeah, so I heard about this too. You sure that's not the reason why? And then he starts all this like, yo, I don't got nothing to do with you and URL. And I'm just like, nah, I get it. And me and you booking you and Ian has nothing to do with URL neither, right? Fast forward, I played this audio for y'all the other day. Y'all saw it when you see him then come back on my line and say, yo, they trying to buy the battle from me. I'm just like, okay. And then miraculously, at the end of that conversation, I'm still telling. When I play this trailer for y'all, it's gonna connect the last dot all the way to his tweets. I'm telling him at the end of the shit, like, listen, I ain't doing nothing for nobody as far as canceling my shit. I want to just stand on the battle that we set up. All that other stuff, if they want to do you in Lux or whatever, that's on them. But I just want us to keep our date. It was like February or something for you versus Iron Solomon. That's it. And then we kind of got off the phone. All right. Fast forward probably a couple days or whatever after that. We get to the point where Verb is egging the shit out of me. And I say, okay, I see what's going on here. And I release this trailer. Where is it? Let me share my YouTube. Okay. December 30th, right here. That's when it dropped. The Aye Verb and Iron Solomon trailer. Let me play this for y'all. Play. Play. The hell? Play. Hold on, my bad. Let me refresh. Here we go. February battle dropped in December. Avo.
Still, I'm bleeding his blue blood because Adam said if I break down Ku Klux and take K out, I get you Lux. So white bread When I rap, I get comments moving. When you rap, niggas get bored. How Dennis Rodman do it. I can turn them up or do a Kama Sutra. How you want it. Either way, you fuck these rounds tonight like Karma Sutra. No fucking around before these fight, like how the boxers do it. Y'all Zab Judah, watch how Acosta's on. Bring the cocky out of him, get his posture ruined. Y'all like Pacquiao, take punches, how can I not go through him? Give a nigga a shot, he'll put a hot one through you. Fuck you. I ain't starstruck pussy, let these new niggas pay homage to you. It's time to eat. I'ma throw noodles like a college student. Yo, street, I'ma eat that.
That trailer is dope. Pearly Gates 3. I just got goosebumps on the low. Ruin your day on it. Yo, Sean, reach out to Avocado for your trailers, man. I just got goosebumps watching that shit. I ain't gonna lie. All right. Here's the thing about Pearly Gates 3 that a lot of people forget. It also had a battle on it, Young Ill versus Ill Will. The Ills versus each other. And this was also, once again, Young Ill's return. People forget that or don't know that. I don't know if I ever got to the point of releasing that. So maybe people don't know that. But anyway, I have that contract and that deposit done too, right? For Young Ill. Let's go back to these tweets that I just put up this morning. Let's go back to this. So we dropped that trailer on it looked like December 30th or something like that. We dropped that trailer. And then look at this. You see this tweet right here? Why do these dates line up perfectly? December 30th, 2018. He starts getting a lot of tweets from the fans from that trailer, a lot of positive feedback. At first, I'm watching him. At first, he's on Twitter ignoring him, and he's tweeting stupid shit like basketball. We dropped the trailer, and the whole battle rap culture is like, oh, and he's ignoring it, like talking about like basketball in his tweets. And I'm watching. I'm like, look at this nigga, man. It's crazy. Yeah, he's trying not to stand on this contract. That's wild. And then when Math Hoffa tweets him at Aye Verb, me personally starting the year, Iron Lux is fire. The date on you and Lux ain't even public yet. So why not? It's important, right? Am I bugging or no? This is when he started getting into it with even people that was asking him, like, why are you saying you're not doing the Iron battle? We hearing that you and Iron is in August now. This battle just got announced, you and Iron Solomon, for February. And Verb tweets stuff like this, very important. And I want to be great. Luck sitting down, loaded with material. I ain't what I used to be. So the last power I have will be 200%. I need to short circuit and give it all I have. This for me, legacy, not loot. I don't know how much they paid you, but so even after the Drake thing, he does another omission of shitting on my contract because he needs to shut everything down for Lux between February and August. And this is happening in December. So from December, writing and then knocking out Iron Solomon in February, and then going all the way to August, this is Aye Verb we're talking about. This is Pay Verb we're talking about, right? This is a guy that will take a contract for Murder Mook while he's got Pat Stay coming up. So what's different now? What's different now? Especially with the gap of February and August. What is different now? Let certain people tell it. It's the whole, now you can't do the Iron Solomon battle if we're to do this, right? Allegedly. And I played the audio of Aye Verb saying people's trying to buy the Iron Solomon battle from me. That's his voice, right? That's him, right? And then miraculously, $4,000 pops up in my PayPal account, my deposit back. Now let's get to this. Let's get to this text message. This is why that $4,000 PayPal popping up in my PayPal is even worse to me, because if you look at um, this text here, this is what he tried to use online and say that this is where me and him's friendship broke, when he asked me for $600 and I doubled it for a payback. Let's read the text message. So above the text, he asked me for the 600. And then I start saying things like, I'm paying these bills. And then after I pay these bills, I'm going to see what I'm working with. This one, dead ass, not from RBE bread. It's my own pocket. So I'm trying to be careful. He says, okay, bet, hit me. I say, I could do the 6, but are you sure you with it? That will mean I will owe you 3,800 on August 18th, right? So this is leading into the Mook thing, right? Because he had a $5,000 back end, because like he put out there is 10,000, so 5,000, 5 and 5, and then when you subtract 12, because 6 doubled from 5 would put you at 38, right? On August 18th, the Mook date. He said, "Yeah, that's cool, bro. Right on. The same PayPal. Let me know when you sent it." I said, "Got you. My bad. What's the email again?" He gives me his PayPal address. Let me know when it's in the air, right? Now, let me tell you this about some of these guys. They will try to treat a league owner as their ATM if you let them. Okay. There's two problems I have with this. Number one, if we negotiate um, for the Mook battle, and I'm going to give you a $5,000 deposit, right? That's our negotiation. That's our agreement. What you do between signing of contract and your deposit all the way up until August 18th is your own personal life and your own personal business. I didn't sign into your personal life of your car, your rent, what's in your fridge. I signed on to you battling Murder Mook. And if you let these battlers press you too often, you will turn into their ATM, because they manage their money however they manage it. This $5,000, if that's the only money that you have between signing of the contract and August 18th, that's not my business. I don't know what you got going on outside of RBE. Let you tell it. You got 17 acres, right? So when they come to you, or when an Aye Verb comes to you and he says something like, yo, my Porsche is in the shop or in the garage, I need $600 for a battery. So what kills all the indicators of spider senses is, number one, I gave you a $5,000 deposit. What you do between now and the battle is on you, right? If this is your only money, just tell us that, right? That's number one. Number two, you say a Porsche. You got a Porsche, but you don't got the battery for it. Okay, cool. 600 is supposed to be some funky ass money, right? It really is supposed to be in the grand scheme of the world, right? But I don't let these battlers turn me into their ATM. I've done a lot of these favors. Here you go, hold this. Hey, you need someone to back in here, hold. I probably did it before for Verb. If I go through the rest of his text messages, I ain't even read it. I probably did it before for Verb. But sometimes you have to shun it a little bit. Listen, man, it's out of my own pocket. If I give you the 600 right now, pay me back 12 3 months later when we get to August. And he's like, all right, right on. All right, cool, because this is coming out of my own pocket. I got my own bills to pay. You talking about car batteries, right? That's the way they'll do you. And here goes the second issue that I have. The Verbs of the world will never come to you and keep it real. They'll never be straight up. They'll never be honest. They always too cool for school. It's always involvement of a Porsche. It's always the 17, way too cool, right? Way too flimsy with your approaches to another man. Okay. I gave the story before of the Rare Breeds event. Remember, we had Old Red versus Iron Solomon booked, which went somewhere else. We had Pat Stay versus Shotgun Suge, which was booked, which went somewhere else. And we had Geechee versus Math, which also was a battle that got canceled and actually eventually went somewhere else. Okay. I'll give you the example of Old Red. When Old Red called me about the Rare Breeds booking that I had him in, he was so forthcoming, straightforward. He was a man about his shit. He said, this is what's just happened. This is what's going on. And I want to do this. And this is what just, and I was just like, I told Red, and I kept my word. I said, you know what? I didn't even announce your battle yet. If you just give me back my deposit, me and you are good. And I kept my word. He said, give me a second. He went wherever, I don't know where, got my deposit back. He sent it back to me. And then you saw O Red perform on RBE a million times since then. All you got to do is keep it real. All you got to do is be honest. All you got to do is just do the man thing. You know, just be real with somebody. Just let me know that you're not trying to fuck me over. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna try to work with you accordingly, right? That's why I never have anything bad to say about O-Red. That's why he's one of my favorite battle rappers. I book him a million times. I can't wait to see him in his next full circle. The last card that I did, O-Red was on it versus Emerson Kennedy. The very last thing that I booked, O-Red was on it. All fast 2018 to 2025, ARP is still booking O-Red. Because he's just a man about it. He's just real about it. And he came to me with the facts. And I was just like, cool. When other people was playing games like this, like with Drake, you know, and then fast forward, speaking of those three battles from the Rare Breeze card, that's when you see Murder Mook on the press conference take the podium and say people were allegedly paying people to come off the card. Connect all it's all there, right? For y'all. And I still say allegedly for the sake of just being respectful. I'll still say allegedly. Right? But this ain't this ARP. This is coming from Mook and Red and my conversation with Geechee and Verb. And I put out audio clips for you of Verb saying, like, what do you want? Don't blame me. You know what I'm saying? The last thing you're gonna do is blame me. But that's probably all I needed Verb to do, to keep it real, because he knows I was so adamant about him getting the Lux battle when I couldn't make it happen. And that's me just being honest, man. I was so adamant about him getting that Lux battle. And if it would have just been, yo man, this is just like Red, yo man, this is going on, and you know, if we could, I know what I would have did. I know what I would have did. But instead, the Drake thing is like a spit in the face. It's a slap in the face. It's super disrespect. And then you don't go from asking for $600 to all of a sudden you got $4,000 in my PayPal. I'm being lined up. I'm being lined up. And it's sad because this is the same guy you said you owed the world to for the Mook battle while you was in the gutter. All right. So, you want to be a league owner? I tell people behind the scenes all the time, man, if I had to pick a profession for you people coming in, it would be a blogger.